It's Judy on the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I am Dr. Judy Mandrell, your Real Talk host, with the #1 talk show for empowering, inspiring, motivating, and helping women and leaders to see that it is possible. You have to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. And so we're so glad to have you all here this morning. And at the Real Talk with Judy show. And as I said, I am Dr. Judy, a Real Talk host. And here with me, right behind me, I got on red shades today, and she got on blue shades. You never know what we gonna come looking like. But here we are, and I'm here with my amazing host, Dr. Yaquanda.
Oh, that would be me.
So thank you for joining us this day, this beautiful Tuesday, June 14th, right here in Tallahassee, Florida, on Hallelujah 95.3 FM. Those joining me via Facebook and YouTube or Real Talk with Judy, thank you on the radio. Those of you on the radio, as well as Facebook and YouTube and everything, I want to say thank you all so very much for tuning in. Do me a favor right now, because I promise you this show is going to be off the chain. It is going to bless your heart, and y'all know I'm excited. Y'all see my guest. I ain't gonna call their names yet. Some of y'all already know the name, but I'm gonna call the name in just a few minutes. But do me a favor, go ahead and call and text, tag, and share today's show with people. Go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and get people involved right now, because we're going to discuss the game changer, man. And y'all can look at these three gentlemen. It's gonna be good, okay? And while I greet my mom and others, y'all go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and contact them and get them on. So when we start the show, they will be already on. So, hello, Mama, all the way in Fort Lauderdale, Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley. She is the reason I am who I am. So, Mama, I'm so glad to have you on today. And also to my wonderful, amazing husband, Superintendent Pastor Gerald Mandrell. He is the senior pastor of Life Changers, and he's the reason I get to do what I do. He helps me. He helps me. #1 supporter. And to my amazing team led by my marketing director, Priscilla John Lewis, who helps me deliver an award-winning show to a great audience every Tuesday. Thank you. And to you, the greatest audience ever. Yeah. The greatest audience ever, and that would be you. Thank you for coming back every Tuesday at 11:30. Thank you so very much for joining in. We greatly appreciate your support. We greatly appreciate your being on with us every Tuesday. And it is because of you we come back with award-winning people,
yes,
who can empower and inspire you. We want you to have the best and be able to reach your full potential in life. So thank you once again for tuning in. And to all of the business investing partner, hello, Minister Brenda. So glad to have you on. And to all of you who are on, again, go ahead and share and get everybody in here and get them on, okay? And to the business partners who have yet to become business partners, I want you to think about partnering with us as we round out this last part of the year. It is not too late for you to partner with us. I'm telling you, we're about to have a big campaign.
Yes.
Big campaign. And we want you to invest and really get involved into the Real Talk with Judy show. Let me tell you what the show is about. This show is about empowerment, inspiration, motivation, enlightenment, and awakening or helping you. Hello, Danette. Good to see you. She's in West Palm Beach. and awakening or helping you, especially my sister girls and everybody, to see your possibility, your God-given vision, even clearer than you do right now, and helping you to go for it, to release, to connect with others who have done it, and to cause you to leave this earth empty. This is what this show is about. We want you to help. We want you not to die with any potential on the inside of you. Okay, John Maxwell Ziegler said that the richest place in the world is the graveyard. And that's because you have so much potential on the inside that's dead, that died. And we promise to help you not do that. Hello, Tamia, to everybody. Mama, so glad to see you. Hey, Mama. To everybody who's on show today to help us navigate this show into, as I was preparing this show, Dr. Q, it came to me that what we have here today and what we're creating today is an atmosphere of game changer. Yes, sir. We're creating an atmosphere. So by the time you leave here, by the time you leave this show, we want you to know, y'all see me keep moving over, because Dr. Q is right. If I do like this, right, she right in my face. If I do like, I just thought about that, right? I'm acting like Ellen Jenner, right? The judge. She right in my face. I move like this. She goes all over my face. She does all in my space. She goes, I know, love, but love. I can find my space. Right. So, but I have here, y'all see this, 3 awesome, handsome looking gentlemen. Yes, sir. And they're going to help us navigate you, to inspire you to more. I know it. They're ready. Matter of fact, I was told by Mr. Leroy, he was born ready. That was born for us. So y'all, so we on it. And I want to first introduce to you the man with the plan who I met. I just met him. But it seemed like when I mentioned his name, everybody in the world knows. We know. And I just met him, but everybody know him, right? I've had people to say, "You got Leroy Smith in your show?" Oh, I want to tune in. I'm like, great. Tune in. And not only that, I told him this. I said, he wants you to sponsor the show. He wants you to be a sponsor. So I want to first introduce to you all, y'all, Mr. Leroy Smith. Welcome to the show.
I thank you for having me. I've known Dr. McCall for a while. She's said numerous of prayers for me and my boys and my kids. So I'm blessed to be on the part of your show. And it's nice. It was nice to meet you as well.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I've had Nick Franks in the text. Oh, you are so excited about meeting you.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, dude. And somebody else said, I'm like, wow, that was a great. And let me tell you this: don't ever downplay who God put in your life. Say that. Y'all gonna hear who he is after a while. I had no idea. I just thought he was another handsome. Exactly, man. Because my husband will tell you now, my husband is white as white can. Well, he ain't that white, but my husband is light like that back in the day. But always growing up, I've always wanted to marry a man your color. Oh, and I wanted to have a son your color. But my husband is bright skinned. And there was no way I was going to get that. And bring your color out. I'm not going to be a problem for that. That's going to be a problem. You're going to put it on the Lord. Thank you, Miss. I would have had to work that real hard. Because my daddy was done, so I would have had to go way back and say, this comes from my dad.
You reach back in the generation.
Yes, sir.
Reach back.
Yes, sir. And so y'all hear him talking. We have Mr. Kenneth Alexander here with us as well.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be on the show, and look forward to enlightening everyone.
Oh, man. Look at that. They are so ready for you all. They are so ready. Y'all better get your buckets. Y'all better get it. And last but not least, I am so honored to have Mr. Alondre Smith, who is Mr. Leroy Smith's son. But then, and we're going to get into this because Mr. Smith said something to me when he introduced me to his son. He said, I take him everywhere with me. Y'all just hold on to that. Hold that. Y'all hold that. Because that is powerful. Mr. Alondre, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing? I'm just thankful to be here today. I want to thank the Lord and the great support staff I have. Just like he said, he take me everywhere.
Yeah. Everywhere. How old are you?
I'm 21 years old now.
Oh, y'all come on. Y'all come on. This show is going to be on it. So y'all, welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. Mr. Leroy Smith, Mr. Kenneth Alexander, and Mr. Alondre Smith, along with my co-host. We're here to give it to you today. We're going to give it to you. So first, I want to do this before. I want y'all to introduce yourself a little bit. I want you to tell the people, because my audience like to know who I have on the show. Thank you all so very much. I see you tagging others, putting people's name in. Thank you so very much. That means a lot. So share this on your page. Make it happen, okay? Share this on your page. So, Mr. Smith, let's start with you.
Now, what do you want to know?
What I want to know?
What do you want to know?
I just want to know the short stuff. But just give me, I want the audience to know, because like me, some may not know who you are.
Okay.
And some do know who you are. But just tell us a little bit.
Basically, I'm Leroy Smith, born and raised Quincy, Florida. Blessed to get a scholarship to Florida State, played football at Florida State, played in the NFL, played professionally a couple of years, and came back to my roots, to give back to my roots. I've coached. I've been teacher of the year, coach of the year, mentor of the year, certified mentor. So, you know, I just believe in giving back to my community. I believe because, you know, someone had to replace us. Someone has to replace us. So that's me in a nutshell, man. I'm just Leroy Smith, simple guy, coach, mentor, life coach, and you know, a guy to impact the community in a positive way.
Wow, and a wonderful father. I
Yeah.
would say that. and I've heard that as well.
You know?
I've heard that from several people, that you are a wonderful father.
Yeah, I want my kids to be better than me.
Amen.
You know.
Always.
He always told me that ever since I was young. He wanted me to be better than him. I always asked him, how could I? He showed me that. He told me that I would be great.
Yo, it's already game changing. It's already. A man said his father told him since he was little, and then he asked his dad, how could he? And what your dad said?
He said, hey, one day I would be great. Just follow the path.
Get them on here. Minister Howard put on here real men on the Real Talk with Judy. Say that, boo. See, because we got a lot of issues, but we got to have real men who would deal with the issue. And there was an answer that just was given on something that he said just now. But Mr. Kenneth Alexander, introduce yourself, because he ready to go.
All right. My name is Kenneth Alexander. I was born and raised in Austin, Texas. I came to Tallahassee on a football scholarship at Florida State University. Played in professional, and came back, and I went to law school, and I started nonprofit. And with the nonprofit that I started, Natural Men and Natural Women Organization, where the tagline is one purpose, one village, and we lift as we climb. Mm-hmm. And I tried to bite off more than I can chew. When I started the organization, saying that I was going to start this, I was going to start that, I was going to start this, I was going to do all these things, and it was just me and a group of my frat brothers that started the organization. But when I started looking out and I started writing people 501c3s, and I started doing people business plans, and I started doing people all of their business prep, I was thinking to myself, you're doing what I wanted to do. And so I made my organization into a group 501c3 so that I can bring other 501c3s in up under me without all of the challenges that I had to go through making the 501c3 through the IRS. and shorten the time period of it. And they were going to do the things that I had planned to do anyway. So why not mentor them and help them be an extension of everything that we was trying to get done.
That's my mentor.
That's your mentor?
One of my mentors.
That's one of mine too. Where's the sign up sheet? Oh, wow, that is awesome. And I hope y'all getting this because this is what Game Changer is all about. Mr. Alondre, introduce yourself. I'm so ready. Mr. Alondre, introduce yourself.
My intro will be as well as those.
That's because you're following the path.
My name is Alondre Smith. I was born and raised in Quincy, Florida. Graduated from Jefferson County under his leadership as the head coach there. I pursued on and went to college, just graduated with my bachelor's in finance. I'm still a part of Baptist Rough, going through the process and helping the youth, mentor the youth so they won't make the same mistakes as we made.
Wow. I love it. So you just graduated with your bachelor's in finance?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, look at I have wealth at the table. Go ahead. I see Devin raise his hand.
In 3 years.
3 years.
That's him and my daughter. That's probably was my greatest compliment, seeing them follow the path and graduate in 3 years. He graduated 3 years with finance. His twin sister graduated in 3 years with physical therapy. So it just, a man can't know how to be a man until he see a man.
Absolutely, and that should be posted.
Y'all post that.
Alondre is always going to be better than what Leroy was because Leroy didn't have a Leroy growing up, and Alondre have a Leroy growing up, and when Alondre have kids, they're going to have an Alondre growing up with a Leroy in the background. So it's always building on a foundation.
And I believe, and again, hello to everyone who's coming in. Thank you all so very much. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. So Leroy graduated in 3 years in finance.
Yes, ma'am.
And your twin sister graduated in 3 years with a physical therapy degree. Well, you do it double, huh?
Don't play with me.
And y'all, and so as we look at Mr. Ken, and you just said too, so Leroy didn't have a Leroy, but Alondre has a Leroy, and both of them have a Mr. Ken. And so what I'm hearing, and what I'm hearing right now, is that a lot of our problem is our younger men, our younger girls don't have in their immediate group or village someone like a Leroy. And we got to get the Leroys. That's what this Real Talk with Judy show is about. Out in the community to help those who don't have it so we can produce greatness out of these young people. Because a lot of our shooting and stuff that's going on are done by 21, 22, 3. Now we got some team and then focus on the youth not having anything to do. But I see the problem, one of the problems as these young men not having the proper role models or the influences that can help them be on the path.
That's absolutely correct. I come from a single parent household, and there was 13 people in my family. And my mom, along with her brothers, my uncles, raised all of us. And it took those men to raise a man to be a man. It was 7 boys, 6 girls in my family, and we have 3 uncles. And it was a single mother, but my uncles came by and picked up the boys and took us to do man type stuff, and not to be masculine dominant, but you don't have an example of what you need to be when you grow up. You can't be that. I mean, an eagle only knows how to be an eagle because he had eagle as parents. He knew that his wings were strong enough to fly above the storms and not have to take shelter from the storms like doves. Right. And you look at the symbols. An eagle is this big symbol war and peace and the strongest country in the world. And the dove is a symbol of love and peace, but love and peace have to take shelter from the storm, while eagle meets the storm head on and rises above it and can look down at the storm and look where it came from and pick its place where it want to go back into that storm and want to go back through those things. Well, men are like those eagles, and it takes those eagles to raise eagles. And it's not taking anything away from the sisters at all. Exactly. But the sisters put in, that's why you got 23 chromosomes from the mother, 23 chromosomes from the father, and those make up that baby.
Yes.
And those parts that make up that baby has to feed into that baby in order to make that baby into that adult that it has to be.
Mr. Leroy, so I said, go ahead.
I love, Ken always bring the biological stuff and that's why I heard, because we always bounce out this, we always talk like this. This is a natural thing for us. But I just know, like you said, you have those, like he said, eagles, and then I can use eagles being with birds. If an eagle is with, let's go with tigers and a cat. If a tiger is surrounded by cats, it will act as if it's a cat. You get what I'm saying? And vice versa.
Yeah.
If a cat get with a bunch of lions and they groom that cat, the cat will act like a lion. That's just basically. And my son and I Miss Dr. McCall saw me. She see me bring boys to church. I don't play with them. I don't play with them.
You don't.
They have to listen, they work out, they go to church.
That's right.
So I asked the boys when I took them to the pool, I said, what do you think about my organization?
And what's the name of your organization?
Diamonds in the Rough. Diamonds in the Rough, Sports, Entertainment, Education. Sports, Entertainment, Education, Diamonds in the Rough. And they said it's a greenhouse of success for kids.
Wow, a greenhouse of success for kids.
Wow.
That's what the kids told me.
That's a safe place.
So the environment is breathing life.
Yes.
That's what they told me.
Wow.
So Andre, Alondre, what did that mean?
Like when we told him that, because each of us came from different backgrounds, so we said any seeds that he planted in that greenhouse, that it would grow. And green grow.
And how do you feel following your dad? I mean, and because when we was at Florida State last week, and I was telling you a part of my story, and you smiled and you said, "Oh, what my grandmama said about my dad." I mean, it was like yes, my grand, but the joy and the pride, and not evil pride, but the pride and joy that you have in your eyes when you talk about your dad. Tell me, growing up, what do you think about him?
Growing up, it was no better role model. I wanted to play football. He made it to the NFL. In school, he was smart, graduated. I grew up to do the same thing. Growing up, it wasn't no better person to talk to, no better mentor than my dad. He taught through his program. He teaches us different core values or transferable skills that we can bring to any aspect of our life. Like for example, we have discipline, love, and heart. Discipline to do what you're supposed to do when someone's watching or not. Love for yourself, love for God, love for others, and heart, though, to have a heart of a champion, no matter if things going right or wrong. Good or bad.
I'm thinking of an offering.
I love it. You can think of an offering because I'm not sure I got to go in my I got to go in my basket. And I give him 10%. Man, that is awesome.
Wow.
Because, Mr. King, this is what we need. I'm sitting here. We're coming up on Father's Day. We're coming up on so many shootings, even in our own city. You know, and they're trying to make laws and laws and laws and laws. And in my mind, it ain't the laws that's gonna do this. You know, they give their safety net to a certain thing, but it's gonna take this. But talk to me.
No, it's absolutely amazing that the time of year that we're in. We're coming up on Father's Day and we're coming up on Juneteenth. Juneteenth, for everybody that doesn't know what's out there, Juneteenth is June 19th, not June 18th, not June 16th, not June 17th. It's supposed to be recognized on June 19th. Now, I don't want to take anything away from Tallahassee and the Emancipation Day that they're planning, but the Emancipation Day they're planning is really a slap in the face. You wouldn't ask the country to celebrate the 4th of July on the 3rd of July. You would ask Hispanic Americans to celebrate Cinco de Mayo on the 4th of May. You would ask them to celebrate Easter on non-Easter Day. You wouldn't ask to celebrate St. Patrick's Day on anything but the 17th of March. You wouldn't ask anybody but us to celebrate our freedom on the day that we're supposed to celebrate our freedom. And so when we were looking at that, Leroy and I got together and we said, well, we need to do something on the 19th. And the day coincided and made a collision with Father's Day. And so that's why we came up with a celebration on the Seminole Reservation, FSU Reservation, on the 19th of June from 12 to 7, where we're going to do Juneteenth celebration to fatherhood and to the family. Because when you start looking at all of the things that people are trying to take away from the Black family and all of the minority family, is the foundation of that family, and the anchor of that family is the father. Yeah. And now a lot of these fathers take away themselves, and I'm not trying to give everybody a pass.
Right.
But when you look at the fathers that are there, you get an Andre.
Yes.
You look at the fathers that are there, you get Nkosi, Allende, Kina, my kids. You get all of the things that are there when the father's there as a foundation, and the mother's there to support the foundation and to bring in that femininity that fathers don't have. And so that's what our celebration is for. It's on June 19th. We're inviting everybody out to come out from 12 to 7. Is at the Florida State Reservation. It's a lakefront park where we're going to have canoeing, paddleboarding, beach volleyball, barbecue, cards, dominoes.
Cards, spades.
Tell them about the significance of us having it on Florida State Reservation by the end of the time.
Right, and if you look at the whole significance of the Seminole Reservation, you had Black Seminoles, and he had this thing that happened for 100 years called the Gullah Wars or the Geechee Wars, where the United States and the Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marines fought against the Black Seminoles and the runaway slaves from South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia that came down here and mixed in with the Black Seminoles, and they never won. I mean, that's why the Seminoles say unconquered right now. You have an unconquered statue in front of Bill Campbell because the Seminoles they always won the war. And if you look at the Geechee Wars and you look at all the things that happened when Andrew Jackson conceded, when General Carson conceded, you had all of these generals that conceded because they couldn't do what against the Black Seminoles and the runaway slaves with the military might and mind. They couldn't do anything with them, and they couldn't stop them from being a part of it. When Spain found out that the Black Indians and Black Seminoles and the runaway slaves was fighting against America, Spain owned Florida. So Spain sent war weapons and guns and gunpowder and all of the things.
This is the conversation we had.
It's just the
but we're gonna talk about this at the event.
So how much is the event?
It's free.
It's free.
We just get donations, making it happen.
This Sunday, June 19th.
It gotta be
at the Florida State Reservation.
Yeah.
It's
12 to 7.
12 to 7.
Yeah.
But listen, y'all, I am sitting here, number one, with my mouth open, looking at you just spitting and stuff. I mean, and then I got me a new word now. So I heard Leroy say spit. Spit. So that means Tell it.
Yeah,
Get
it is.
to it, right? And so this is what we need, y'all. We got to have game changers.
Yes.
We have to have people who make a difference, who's able to change the atmosphere, who's able to come in and make things, who see a need and able to make a need and help answer that need. And we have a need in our community. We need our Black men to stand up and educate. I say that we're destroyed. The Bible says my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We're doing everything except educating these Black men to accountability so they can be who they need to be. We got to do that. We got these young boys. They teach them. Take them with you. Fathers, our foundation are the men in our family.
Mhm.
And the women had to step up
That's right.
and do what we have to do because a woman can make things happen. A man can't take a pie and feed 14 people, but a woman can. But the man can go get the potatoes, and if he don't, the sister will. My sister go get the potatoes. Then you from a single raised by a single mother. But listen what he said. He had 3 uncles, brothers.
Mhm.
We're sitting here, we're fighting the city commissioner, fighting the county commissioner, fighting the police officer, fighting the sheriff, coming up with all this stuff. We need you in the home.
That's where it starts.
We need you in the home. We need round table like this where we can have educated men who can sit down with these young boys and teach them something. Pull your pants up and be somebody. Hello?
The best
And
abilities is accountability and availability. Accountability and availability. They can cover all the other
Everything.
abilities that you have.
That's good.
Man,
That's good.
that's wrote that y'all post this because and some people don't like you to say this.
That's right.
We grew up on the wrong side of the track. Well, get on the right side.
I'll make the
So,
wrong side.
I
the right
made the
side.
wrong side. I was the wrong side, the right
I
side.
can tell you, we was doing research in my office yesterday, and we was talking about this. But a lot of this diverted came from slavery, and people did not get the mental and physical resources needed to overcome it. So that's another situation that I'm seeing. I'm doing more research on where
Oh, I love this.
I'm about to launch Libra Cares Foundation, in which we're going to provide the mental and physical resources to help people overcome trauma.
Come on.
Because that's what's going on in the Afro-American community. That they did Jim Crow, right? Jim Crow was slavery. Pull the fathers away. So now the mothers are suffering.
Yeah.
They emasculated the men. So it goes deep to the point where I understand, and that's why I tell him, build me up, I'm gonna build you up. I'm gonna build you up. I'm gonna build Ken up.
And that's one of the things I looked at because it was it seemed like the Black community don't support each
That's
other.
right.
And the conclusion was from slavery.
Yes, we're taught.
They taught us not to support one another.
Right.
They taught us to fight one another, to turn on each other.
That's right.
They taught us that, y'all. We were taught that. And so as parents, as our generation upon generation, unless someone broke the cycle, like in my family, my father and my mom, they told us, oh no, y'all gonna be the best. They didn't take anything less, and we sat down and had conversation. That's what my Dream Builder Family Affair is about.
Yes.
Because I believe that the family is our strongest unit. I believe that with all my heart, that the family is the strongest unit. And I get that from my upbringing. And we have to sit at the table and talk with the children. We got to sit there. We got to hear their heart. And they may be different. They may say things that you don't like. But mothers and fathers, I've learned in social work and in public speaking, I've learned and life experiences, you can't allow your face and your emotions to show when they tell you something that you don't want to hear. You got to be strong enough. And I like what you said. You're doing your research. Parents, we're living in a time right now, we got different children.
That's right. They better do
You better do your
They know
research.
like I know.
Okay, you take that phone.
Yeah, you got to
Check
do
that
your
phone.
research. So when they ask you,
That's right.
well, Dad, why is this or how is this? Teach them how to do anger management.
Mhm.
They're gonna get mad, and teach them how to support people of their own race.
That's right.
We got a problem with that. We tear each other down, and I see it so
Because
much in this city.
I was a history teacher as well. Everybody wanted to. They didn't want to be out, way out picking the cotton.
Yeah,
They wanted to be in the house. They wanted to be in the house or closer to the house. That's what it is. Because the slaves they worked the hardest. They were the blackest. So it's a oh yeah, they black. Oh yeah, they got to work. I'm ranked higher than you. But we still in the same situation. Slavery.
Oh, my goodness. Oh.
From the end of the cotton field to the house.
To the house.
To the house.
Still slavery.
same
Still
situation.
Same situation.
Still a slave.
Whoa.
Still a slave.
Still a slave.
Yeah.
And y'all, this game changers. We have to go from ordinary to exceptional.
Yes.
We got to see it.
Yes, sir.
We have to see us making a change
Mhm.
and not alone, together.
Together.
I like your program. You said, so you wanted to do all of this. Hey, let me help the others get the 501c3.
Yes.
And then they can do it.
And
They
then
just do the extension. It's kind of like roots in a tree.
Yes.
And when you cut down an old oak tree, and if nobody's ever cut down a tree, if you cut down an old oak tree, you start seeing that the roots go further
Yes.
than the tree go high.
Yes.
Oh,
You know, you can be 100-foot tree,
oh,
but you got to pull all these roots up from the ground. They might go 200-300 yards out on the acreage. And it's all those roots that extended further than the tree ever thought it could extend. And that's because the tree, all it did was grow, and it dropped the fruit, and it let the fruit roll where it's gonna roll and sit into the ground and start growing again. And the tree kept stretching its
come
roots,
on.
stretching its roots, stretching its roots, stretching its roots. And that's what natural men and natural women, natural men and natural women found organization is the tree in the middle of this fertile ground.
Come on.
That fertile ground is our neighborhoods, is our mindset, is our mentality, it's our focus, it's everything that we want to do, all our aspirations. And once it sits into that fertile ground and it sets itself up in that foundation, it can extend those roots out to grow all those different trees.
That's right.
Y'all listen to this. Listen what I see here. So on this side of the table, over here, where the three men are, we added an extra chair because normally this side only sit two. And what I see right here today, that we got to make room at the table.
That's good.
To bring these young men and these young ladies to the table to sit, to hear these conversations.
That's right.
That's why. That's the vision of my organization. It's crazy. Is you want to tell them? Or you want
Go ahead.
Vision.
The vision is to create a developmental program, a career developmental program that extends from to teach the youth the fundamentals needed for them to. It extends from grade school to all the way through the professional level.
So basically, if they want to, whatever they want to become in life, it's a mentor career developmental program. It extends from professional all the way, reaching down and getting them in brain, pulling them up. Instead of the crowds pulling each other down, we're reaching from the professional level.
That's right. I love it. Yes.
And pulling them up.
Lifting as we climb.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
And that's why what I started with the Dream Village Family Affair. I have a daycare and so forth. The family affairs go to the school.
Yes.
And we're starting from 6 weeks old. I get that from my mom. 6 weeks. If you go into our baby room, 6 weeks old, you go into our baby room. Our infant teacher you'll see her rolling in a pool of ball, having the children roll in a pool with balls all in it because it's teaching them the cognitive skills and all of that, the motor skills and all of that. It started at 6 weeks, and then we go to that, but then we take when they leave our child development center. My mother said she didn't have a daycare. 45 years she had a child development center. Now they got the street named after her. Where the YMCA, they just built a multi-million-dollar building, but it's sit on her street, named after her. She retired, so she don't have, but she have brought forth thousands of people, some who are now senators and legislators and judges and lawyers and business owners.
That's right.
Little baby who they ain't thought was gonna be nothing. And you look, and Ann Hannah, she's on here now. She was on Facebook the other day talking about how she was a drug addict and she was this and she was that, but Miss Wesley hired her, had her that she got her national certification in child development, right? Because why? She said it started infancy, but my mom they had 6 children in the house, but they raised us and they trained us and they taught us. And their motto was, "We helping y'all, y'all help everybody else."
That's right.
And so now here we are today, all of us, thinking that we're supposed to change the world. Thinking that we're supposed to change, and we don't fight people. And you hear stuff, and sometimes you want to say, well, forget them out, but you can't. Alondre, what you want to say? What word you keep hearing?
No,
you just looked at your dad. You just looked at your dad like, they ain't gonna get it.
The development that each and everyone needs. Like I recommend anyone to come join this program because it teaches you. Everything don't always go great how it's supposed to go in your way, but it will teach you the skills that you will need anyway, that you can take anywhere.
How do I coach?
Or you coach a player's character. That's the secret to
You don't have to worry about coach character.
Oh my God,
Coach character.
Character.
Oh,
character. My
I
God.
coach character. I don't know.
the number one rule for each of the students when they come to this class: respect.
I love it.
That's if you respect, you can. It gives you a chance to be developed. It gives you a chance to be heard because you want to treat people how you want to be treated. And you respect people, people will respect you. And then you will, in turn, open up your ears and eyes to be able to receive and give.
Wow.
It's about the respect.
Yeah. This is absolutely a great show. I mean, powerful. I'm gonna come to your office and do it because I want to go longer. Okay. I do because you are saying some power. This is what I believe need to happen in our city. This is what I believe need to happen all around. I have my Sister Girls Network because I believe we can get the women together from every race and nationality and economic background and everything. So have some everybody who's a part, even a public defender, Yaquanda, a whole bunch of people all around the world. And it's because I believe that as women, if we can come together and build that connectivity, you got a little bit, I have a little bit, they have a little bit. And this is what I believe too. I believe that all of us got a little bit of Jesus in us, a little bit of God. And when we come together, we show people the big picture of who God is. And I believe that He put some of Him in all of us so we can change this world. And to see you men here today, and to hear you, oh my God, I'm telling you, this is one of the best conversations with men that I have heard. I am serious. This is one of the best conversations I have heard. And I believe that they need to put y'all on news somewhere. I do. I believe that because we have to get to the heart of people.
You want a vision, huh?
Yes, I am.
I can tell.
Yes, sir.
I can tell. Yeah.
And I'm so glad we connected.
I can tell you. I'm excited. I'm happy that we connected as well.
Listen, I got 1 minute. Y'all give me, y'all each say something. I'm gonna start with you, Alondre. Close us out. Tell what you want to say to the people. Boy, I didn't get to half of the question that I had. But it's okay. What you want to say, Alondre?
I'm just blessed to be here. Thankful for the great support staff I have. Mom and dad, they guided me from, they gave me a great foundation to build upon. And I have friends that wasn't as lucky as me, but with his program, he's able to bring up each and every one of us so how you said, so no potential would be left out.
And I love this. Love it. Oh God, I got to go, but I love this. Oh, I love this. This is awesome. This is awesome. Because another thing I heard, Leroy, that you take troubled children. Children who are destined for nothingness, for lack of a better word.
Odds stacked against
All and God have allowed you to change these children's heart.
I'm a man of vision. That's how I recognize.
Yes, sir.
One thing I know, this is what I know. You can't be a great leader until you be a great father. And that's, people say that all the time, but what are we saying right now? Everyone sets a path that you could follow, and guess what? People are following you. So people don't understand the magnitude of that. You cannot be a great leader until you be a great father. And that's just with anything. Because it's on foundation.
Absolutely. Building it up. And lifting as we climb.
That's it.
Close us out, Mr. Ken.
I like the fact that you brought up Jesus Christ and that you put a little light up in all of us, because that light shines bright, and it's kind of like when you recognize that little light of Jesus in the person that you're dealing with. It's like a beacon of light sitting on a dark hill. It can't hide itself.
Wow, that's good.
It cannot hide itself, and all it can do is grow. And when that light recognizes another light and gets with that light, then that light starts to illuminate a little bit brighter. And we're just trying to get rid of the darkness. And if we get rid of the darkness, then we can live in the light like we're supposed to.
That's right. That's good. Dr. Q, what you got to say? You've been quiet all day.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's way my turn.
We're getting ready to get out of here. Close us out quick.
The best abilities are accountability and availability. My father was my game changer. My father said to me I was a genius and I could do anything. Thus, I can, and I do. Taught my children the same thing. I want to acknowledge those single fathers, because in this time, I've seen more single father homes than I've ever seen before. Yes. So I want to honor those fathers who are stepping up to the plate to take care of their children by themselves, per se. Yes. Men will always struggle being a man if they never see a man. You got to see it. You got to have an example. So we thank God for these examples that are before us on today. I homeschooled my children to create an atmosphere conducive to a healthy father-son, healthy father-daughter atmosphere. And so that means being intentional. They had father-son time. They had father-daughter time. They knew how special they were. Children need to know how valuable they are, how wonderful they are, how much ability they have, how far they can go. And it comes from somebody who believes in them even when they're down. I can see you down, but that does not define you. Are not defined by your greatest mistakes. Finally, as I get ready to be done, we must learn to coach a player's character and not just their gifts, because their character is going to take them further than their gift. The gift to get you in, but the character will give you a seat at the table. Trauma therapy is the key. I'm done. Trauma therapy is the key. Trauma therapy, because we don't get therapy.
Absolutely.
We just go through life acting like it didn't happen, and then it shows up when we're 50 or 40. We're acting like 2-year-olds because when we were 12, we didn't get therapy. Right. So trauma therapy and what Coach Leo is doing is phenomenal.
So listen, y'all, this has been absolutely a phenomenal show. Again, Mr. Alondre Smith, Mr. Ken Alexander, and Mr. Leroy Smith. Thank you all so very much for blessing us on the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. This has been a phenomenal show. Don't y'all forget Sunday, June 19th.
From 12 to 7 at the Reds, the Seminoles Reservation Lakefront Park.
So don't y'all forget, and it's free. But we're gonna have some more good talking. Also Sunday at Citadel of Praise, Church of God in Christ. Mike. I'm like, that don't sound right. Yeah, if he listen, he gonna get me Sunday. But Tight Mike and friends will be there from put the flyer up, Priscilla. Tight Mike and friend will be there Sunday at Citadel of Praise there in Havana. Just keep straight out Monroe Street. And you'll run into it in Havana, but he's going to be there Sunday at 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. There. And we would love for you all to show up. We got a lot going on June 19th. I want to say Happy Father's Day to everybody from the Real Talk with Judy show. And for Dr. Judy and Dr. Q, we say Happy Father's Day. We celebrate all the fathers, Godfather, the biological father, all that. There it is. There it is. Citadel of Praise, June 19th. Tight Mike and friends. All right, so that's a Father Day edition, and it's going to be at Citadel of Praise, Coaching, Church of God in Christ, 2540 Florida, Georgia Highway. So it's going to be absolutely. What time it is from? It starts. I can't see, but I think it starts at 6. Perfect. Yeah, $20. I can go to them and then $25. So just take the fathers everywhere. So, thank you all so very much for being here. This has been the Real Talk with Judy live show, and we will see you all next Tuesday. Good Lord will. In the meantime, keep it real.
All right.
Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy.